Once upon a time, in a busy town, there lived a merchant who supported his family by selling salt. He had a wife and 2 sons. His elder son was very shy and hesitant to speak to others, while his younger son was confident and outgoing. People often considered the elder son foolish because he was quiet. Many even took advantage of his innocence, but he never complained. The merchant was often frustrated with his elder son's timid behavior. He scolded him harshly, but this only made the boy feel worse. As the elder son grew, his lack of confidence affected his education. During exams, fear stopped him from writing the answers. He struggled to learn. Eventually, he became a young man. His father asked him to help with the family business. Afraid of disappointing his father, he agreed. But his nervousness led to mistakes. This made his father even angrier. One day, while the merchant was away, some cunning men came to the shop. They falsely claimed, "Your father has sent us to take all the salt sacks to the city." The young man hesitated to question them. Before he could react, they took everything. When his father returned and found the shop empty, he was furious. "You fool! You let them steal everything. You have caused me a great loss. Get out of my sight and never return." The young man was devastated. His father's anger, the townspeople's laughter, and his own helplessness made him feel worthless. Heartbroken, he wandered to the riverbank. Overwhelmed with shame, he thought, "There is no point in living anymore. I will always be a failure." Just as he was about to jump into the river, a young disciple walking by saw him and pulled him back. The young man cried, "Why did you save me? My life is useless. I cannot do anything right." The disciple gently replied, "Life is given only once. If you are alive, you can overcome failure and find success. But if you give up, you will never know what you were truly capable of." The young man shared his sorrows. "I am shy and weak. Because of this, my father hates me. I have no education. People call me a fool. Does someone like me even deserve to live?" The disciple smiled and said, "My teacher can answer your question. Come with me." At first, the young man refused, but after much persuasion, he followed the disciple to his master's ashram. There, under a large tree, sat a great saint in deep meditation. The disciple and the young man bowed before him. As soon as the young man saw the saint, he broke into tears. The saint asked gently, "Why are you crying, my child?" The young man replied, "You are my last hope. If you cannot help me, I will end my life." The saint calmly said, "Share your problems." The young man told him everything. The saint listened carefully and said, "I have a solution for you. But before I tell you, you must follow my instructions for 3 days. If you complete my tasks, your life will change." Desperate for hope, the young man agreed. Day 1, the saint said, "Go and speak to 10 strangers. Ask them about their life and write down their answers." The young man was scared, but he followed the saint's advice. Some people ignored him, others were rude, but he kept trying. By evening, he had spoken to 10 people. He even made a few new friends. Proud of himself, he returned to the saint and shared his success. Day 2, the saint said, "Today you must teach 10 young students about the importance of water." The young man was shocked. I have no education. How can I teach?" The saint smiled. "Those children don't know that. Just share what you already know." Nervously, the young man stood in front of the students. His hands trembled, but he started speaking. He explained 5 uses of water, then quickly ran away. When he returned to the saint, he said, "I was so scared, but I did it." The saint replied, "Try again." This time, the young man spoke with more confidence. By the end of the lesson, he was no longer afraid. The saint praised him. "See, you are braver than you think." Day 3, the saint gave him the most difficult task. "Today, you must visit your father and ask for his forgiveness." The young man was terrified. "No, he will never forgive me. I cannot face him," the saint said firmly. "If you refuse, I will not give you the final answer." Gathering all his courage, the young man returned home. He humbly apologized to his father, promising to prove his worth. Seeing the change in his son, the merchant forgave him and gave him another chance in the business. When the young man returned to the saint, He asked, "Now please tell me the secret to success." The saint smiled and said, "You have already discovered it yourself. Your biggest enemy was not your shyness. It was your fear. People see you the way you present yourself. Even if you feel weak, act confident, and no one will doubt you. True strength comes from believing in yourself." With tears of gratitude, the young man bowed before the saint. "I understand now. I will not let fear control my life anymore. I will prove to the world that I am capable." Years later, that same young man became a respected businessman known not only for his success, but also for his wisdom and confidence. Confidence is not something we are born with. It is something we build. Even the shyest person can become strong if they choose to believe in themselves. Our biggest limits live only in our minds. Fear and self-doubt hold us back. But courage and persistence can change everything. The young man thought he was destined to fail, but by facing his fears, he changed his life. Confidence grows when we step beyond our comfort zones. The world sees us the way we choose to present ourselves. Believe in yourself. Take small steps forward, and you will find a strength you never knew you had. If you enjoyed this story, please kindly subscribe, like, share it with your friends, and don't forget to leave a comment.